All right, Hylian and Luke is throwing down with the dark themes coming to Breath of the Wild 2. Do you think it's possible Dark Link will return in this game and play a big role in the story?
Be cool as a cameo, or as cool as like a small thing, a nod.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool thing to include.
I don't think it's a big part of the story, though. I think that they're going in other ways and other stuff, but that'd be a cool nod.
Me personally, thinking about dark themes and the direction that I'd love for it to go, I know that we kind of went over like concept art. We went over all that weird, spooky, like nightmare concept art, like billions of podcast episodes ago. And that is something that I would love to see incorporated, because you guys know I'm all about, I'm the spooky type. I like that dark theme. I like feeling sad about things. That's the kind of person I am. No, the Gorons aren't going to punch me for it. Still happy. I just like feeling sad, okay?
They are going to punch you for not loving life enough.
Yeah, we already...
They're going to do it.
We already stated. It's a fact. Miyamoto may as well have called Daniel and been like, hey, if this chick's being serious, tell her she's going to get knocked out.
She's going to get Goron punched right in her face.
She's gonna get Megaton hammered.
Punched, I'm gonna die. But yeah, anyways, that's how I personally feel about it. I'm very much like, I really hope that it takes the dark theme that we're kind of sensing from just the little bit that we've gotten so far. Highland Luke, why? Anyways, your guys' takes on that.
It's good.
As long as it's not forced. I think it'll be cool. They also, during that same interview, said a lot of the developers were inspired by Red Dead Redemption 2. And
so does that mean that a lot of people are gonna die? Because
I don't know. Maybe it's gonna have like another.
That's what that means.
Maybe it's gonna have another Western style minigame like Twilight Princess.
that's all they mean.
No, it just means that Breath of the Wild 2 is secretly moonlighting as Link's crossbow training too.
No.
Oh my gosh. Maybe all they mean is you get to ride a horse. Finally.
Maybe.
Finally, a Zelda game where I can ride a horse.
There's more sand.
Gasp.
Or maybe they could bring back like actual guns and stuff. Kind of like Twilight Princess, where that guy had a bazooka out of nowhere, and it's like, if you had this the whole time, why didn't you give this to Link when he was going to all these dungeons?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Or like, if the powder kegs existed in all of the Zelda games, just have all your Goron buddies grab a powder keg and go into the dungeons with you.
Yeah, there you go.
Or
blow some stuff up.
Big Goron on top of Death Mountain in Ocarina of Time. It gives you the big Goron sword. Whenever Ganondorf's coming up to like kidnap all the Gorons and resurrect 𝐓𝐼𝐽𝐽, he could have just like picked up 𝐓𝐽𝐽𝐽 and like flossed with them, or like flicked Ganondorf away.
Just chucked it at him.
But Ganondorf got him out of the way by sprinkling volcano dust.
Oh yeah, he was blind.
Yeah, he couldn't do much.
Ah, Nintendo thinks of everything.
They did. They thought of it. Sprinkle that volcanic ash and.
Yeah. All right. So, do we have a final question? Can someone pick out the last question to go out on?
And then I gotta read that review.
Read the review really quick.
All right.
And then Choobs can pick out a question.
I'm just sitting on my phone until we were ready. Okay. This is a review. iTunes from Denny, who's in the chat here. This is hands down the best Zelda podcast. You can clearly tell that these guys know what they're talking about and love doing it. They're great fun. I'm not a person who enjoys listening to most podcasts, but this one can always entertain me through its whole length, which is saying a lot because these can go on. These can go on.
Tell them. That's what I'm talking.
If you haven't already, definitely give this group of friends a chance. If you're a Zelda, you won't be disappointed. Very interesting, much fun. 11 out of 10. P.S. This is
no P.S. What?
This is P.S.
You cut out
Daniel is pure treasure and should be protected costs.
Yeah.
Jenny, one step ahead of you. I already protect this man.
That's true. That's true.
They both
Talking
live
to a guy that won't leave my side at night. 4 a.m. The guy's gonna lay on the floor beside me while I go to bed.
Well,
Don't leave me to die.
Wow.
that is a true story.
Oh man.
I also was laying on the floor, being protected.
Jesse needs protection.
Ew.
We love him.
Such a heartfelt review. I love the reviews. Y'all are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
11 out of 10.
do we have the final question to go out on?
I do.
I love that I said that, like, we can have a few questions and get done before it hits 2 hours, and it's on like 2 hours and 15 minutes right now.
My bad, sorry.
Okay. This was kind of on my sad topic. If y'all have been paying attention to my sad girl vibes today, I don't know what's wrong with me. No trick, no cheat. I think this is Retro Cheats. Asks, what is your saddest moment in a Zelda game? Did it make you cry? For me, it was Breath of the Wild, where Zelda saved Link. All podcast members, all of you guys have to answer. So for me, I briefly mentioned in chat the part where Zant decides that he's going through in Midna's life, and she turns that weird color, that weird pinkish color, and you know that she's gonna die. And then Zelda goes, "It's okay, let me just do whatever I'm gonna do." But I don't care about Zelda. I don't. Just seeing Midna lifeless like that, and the sad music that it plays the entire time until you get to the castle to bring her there. I can't with that part. Anyways, that's my part.
Yeah. Daniel, you got all of your love in that review, but Jorge says Jesse is senpai material. So I have one.
Oh yeah.
I have one person who is pro Jesse instead of pro Daniel.
No, we all love you, Jesse. You know that.
No, so
we all love you.
I would
That's
say
why this channel's Game Over Jesse.
It's just because I didn't know you guys at the time.
Because we love you.
No, there was one person that was like, so when are you going to change it from Game Over Jesse to Game Over Everyone?
Just make your channel Game Over
Everyone.
No, but make it Game Over, comma, everyone.
They see us at E3 and they go, "Oh my gosh, it's Game Over Everyone!"
Yeah. No, so the saddest Zelda moment, I would say, so there is like the weird moments in Majora's Mask, like after
same one I'm thinking of.
Well, there's a couple, but like after the ranch is abducted, and then like it's just like the girls there and they're all sad and stuff, and then but the one that really comes to mind is like the father and the daughter in Icona Valley, and there's like the mummies and stuff. Especially now that I'm a father and I look at it, I'm like, oh, that is sad.
A good one.
Like if I was trapped in
sad.
the closet, all mummified and stuff. Like, yeah.
I'm just glad he didn't eat his kid.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that would have been a pretty terrible plot twist.
Yeah.
Zombies, man.
Funny enough, that wasn't the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Oh.
What are you going with?
The one I was thinking of from Majora's Mask was the Cafe and Anju.
Oh,
at the very
yeah.
end, right when things are done, you complete the quest and they reunite, but the world is Termina is pretty much done.
Yeah,
like the moon's coming down. That's sad. Like really sad. Like you just realize like that's your beloved, but like you know with everything that's happened, but, like this is about to happen to you. To me, that was like super sad.
So that's a good pick, and because they're like they embrace and they're just like we'll face the end together, and it's like they know.
Yeah, because you literally have to give her the note to let her know to stay.
Yeah, and
then she stays and dies. Unless you beat Majora, though. If you beat Majora, then it is a happy ending. Yeah. But I remember like, I think I talked to Daniel about that side quest, but then my little brother was playing through Majora's Mask. And I didn't remember everything you had to do exactly. And he would call multiple times a day. And I would have to talk him through like every single step. And then he would miss something. And he'd be like, I have to do it again? All of it? On the first day?
Restart it.
I'm like, yeah, you got to do everything again.
That's a long quest.
It is, and you have to do twice if you want to get 100%.
Yeah,
It's brutal. But
I learned
what
that
I used to do as a kid is I would go and like, we're going to fight the final boss because I didn't want to reset it after doing all the work. So that would be like the last side quest I do, and then like go and then fight the final boss after while they're reunited, save the world. So
take us out on it. What is your saddest moment, Daniel?
Well, since you guys took all the good ones,
well, that's just from Majora's Mask. You have like 30 plus years of Zelda games to pick from.
I know, but Majora's Mask has all the good ones. Probably Skyward Sword. The moment where Zelda sort of, I don't know, traps herself in like the weird chrysalis thing. You know? And there's a gut-wrenching moment there where Link is like, no, I finally caught up to you. Like, you spend this whole game like getting chastised by
you're just like
you,
shit,
like for like
wait
not
2 minutes.
You
I
go
could
to
come
do
with
stuff.
you.
Yeah. You do all this dungeon, you're like, yeah, I'm like super cool, and then Impa's like, you messed up, man. You gotta hurry your ass up. You did bad. And I'm like, oh man.
It's because she knows her future self has like probably told her, been like, hey, this dude, he's useless. Like, he doesn't do anything. You gotta get out there and go. Like,
that part hurt too, because it was also like Zelda admitting, like, I did you dirty. I have been pulling you along. I have been just guiding you by the hand for my own selfish deed. And you know that she's gonna do it because she does it every time, but it's just like, Link had such a normal life of sleeping in and doing what Link people do.
Mike also worked on that game. The same friend that I mentioned on Kid Icarus, he also worked on Skyward Sword, which is why I originally got to know him and talked to him, interviewed him. But he also wrote for like IGN, and he went on to do like the Tonight Show and other stuff. But anyways, you probably know him as well if you know JJ and Mike Drucker.
Yes, I know Mike Drucker.
So anyways, in that moment that Daniel's talking about, there's a part to where after you find everything out, you realize like there's like the boulder that's blocking the path to get to Zelda, where she's like slumbering.
There's like the
everything.
doors, yeah.
And you can see through the crack. There's like the gemstone in the background where she's being, like sacrificing herself or whatever. There's more from your husbando, Daniel. Do you want to read it? It's a good one to go off of since we've got everything answered.
Oh, but yeah, you can go back even like when you restart the game. Beginning of the game, it's pretty cool detail, but I digress. Denny in the chat here says, thanks for podcasting today, guys. It's very fun, and he super chatted us 50 Czech Kronos. Thank you, my friend, for tuning in to our very fun podcast.
Nice.
It's staying up till he's in Czech Republic, so it's probably like 6 a.m. for him. He's probably just pulled an all-nighter.
Yeah, he's at 6 a.m.
He's pulled an all-nighter just to watch this.
Yeah.
Or either that or he woke up really early.
That's the crazy part for me is whenever sometimes we'll start at like midnight or 1 a.m. At least for me, it'll be like 11, 10 o'clock for Daniel and Tubes. But for everyone else, it's like various hours throughout the night. And then like we'll start when it's like midnight for me, but then we'll go for like 2 or 3 hours. And there's still, like now there's 20-something people, but sometimes there'll be like upwards of 100 people watching. And I'm like, why? Why are you guys watching? Why are you
go to bed?
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tubes, Daniel, JJ, for those who have tuned in late. Of course, this is going to go up as like edited versions throughout the week. And we'll have everything in the description for everyone to find all of your Twitter and YouTube and everything for them to check out. But for those that are tuned in late right now, they're just like, who's this guy? I haven't seen him before. Why don't you go ahead and
so handsome. Who's that guy?
Did
He's got those eyebrows.
Did he and Jesse forget to shave?
Eyebrows.
What's going on? But yeah, so because of you, senpai, says Jorge. I imagine he's talking about you, Daniel. Earlier it was me, but now I'm leaning more towards Daniel. But anyways, JJ, where can people find you again? A brief update on what it is that you do and what they can find you. Give them the elevator pitch.
So I'm a lot of places, but for anybody that's just coming in now that doesn't know who the heck I am, I'm 𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫. You call me JJ. I do a lot of different things in the games industry. You know, I'm a games media, games journalist person, but also content creator. I make a lot of content online. I have a YouTube channel here that you guys could check out. Everybody in the chat is more than welcome to check out my channel. It's youtube.com/gamerswithgames channel, or you could search 𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫 in the search bar. I do reviews, I do podcasts, I do vlogs, I do convention coverage that you guys will definitely get a kick out of. And for you Zelda peeps out there, like I mentioned earlier, I reviewed Zelda 2 not too long ago on NES. And again, there's a lot of other great games, you know, Nintendo or otherwise, you guys should check out. I also am on Twitter, twitter.com/𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫. I post up stuff all the time on there, gaming related. I'm on Instagram, instagram.com/gamerswithgames. Again, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐝. I do exclusive content over there. And then also I write. I do a bunch of writing for thecoalition.com, where I write reviews, I do unboxing videos, I do editorials, you know, about games. I do interviews with different games industry people. I do a lot. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/gamerswithgames. And again, I'm all over the place. You could find me all over the place doing a ton of gaming content that, again, if you guys check it out, I'm sure you'll be able to find something you'll love, you'll dig, you know, and just let me know about it. Let me know if you guys really like it.
Yeah, I posted a link to his Twitter on the chat, the live chat there for people that want to check that really quick. He has links to everything else in his Twitter description, I believe. So, Daniel, where can people find you?
Oh, well,
Canada
is where they can find me.
Raking all the maple leaves.
That's right, raking them in. So you can find me on...
Wait, is this true?
Where?
I need to ask her. No, is this true? We make all the maple leaf jokes. But I was told by another Canadian, who shall not be named, that your money may or may not have a scratch and sniff maple leaf.
It doesn't. It's an urban...
That's the biggest lie!
It does not.
But it does have a maple leaf.
That's like
a
if I take a US dollar bill and I scratch it, I'll smell the last 10,000 people that held it.
Usually it's drugs.
And cocaine.
If you smell it,
But
you can smell
yes,
the
it's
drugs.
Yo, maple syrup is pretty dope. I'm just saying.
No, but our pennies, before we stopped using pennies,
They were maple.
They
syrup.
had a
They
picture
were made
of
from maple leaf. They were hardened maple syrup.
That's correct. Yes, and I think our 50s have a maple leaf on them as well.
Okay.
Bills.
I haven't seen a 50 in a really long time.
We usually put the leader of the country, like past leaders of the country, on our money.
Yeah, we've got that too, and the Queen now is on a bunch.
Oh,
of
we
stuff.
we have Haida designs on ours, Aboriginal.
That too.
Yeah.
And just a lot of angry old white guys too on that.
All right, finish what you were saying.
Anyways, go ahead.
I just had to ask about I needed to know if my special Canadian informant was telling
your Canadian informant. That's me. I'm gonna change my handles. What they currently are to Canadian informer.
Oh,
But yes, I'm Daniel. You can find me on all platforms, so YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, as Capt Burgerson, CAPTBURGERSON, and I stream on Twitch twice a week, usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays are reserved for Breath of the Wild Wednesdays, and if I just do like the odd video here and there, try and do at least one channel, just like whatever topic I feel like, and if you're really like curious about when I go live, or you just want up, my Twitter is really the best place where I post all that, as well as just nonsense if you really want. Otherwise, if you just really want to say hi, you active on Jesse's Discord, so you can always just ping me and say hi there. So that's me.
Tell me, Daniel.
Yes.
Are you a fan of this game.
Are you played World of Warcraft?
Are you spending
No.
most of your time playing World of Warcraft?
No,
Because I have
I'm
like
not.
a bunch of these boxes that I found
I didn't put them there.
4
It
or
wasn't-
5 DVDs each that you had to put in
Wasn't
from
me.
like 3 different boxes.
Nope.
So
Do yourself a
I
favor,
didn't do
Jesse,
it.
and just run really far. Burn those boxes and run.
I had a friend in high school who played Warcraft, and I saw how addicting it was, and I thought, man, I'm already addicted to Tetris. I don't need this
nice.
new drug called WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tubes, where can people find you? In the malls of Canada?
Oh,
Trying to get kids
no.
addicted
the
to
Best
Nintendo?
Buys of Canada.
Yeah, if you guys
And
need
we can
me,
do
I'll
that.
be at Eat Games for the next 10,000 Saturdays. I'm officially working 6 days a week. I have, with
Nice.
the exception of 2 weeks in December, that I'm working 7 days a week because I will be at Nintendo on the
But don't
weekend.
you already
so if
have
you
a
need
full-time
me,
job?
I
That's
do.
all.
I have a full-time
Work.
job.
Yeah,
So if you guys need me,
you're talking
I'm
about.
dead.
Sorry,
What?
I was gonna say you're talking about JJ and Josh working like 24/7, and then here you have a full-time
So you're
job.
making the rupees.
You
making
have
the
a
big-
full-time job. You stream and do the podcast and your other online stuff, but then you're also working for Nintendo 6 days a week.
Yeah, that's my bad. But yeah, so I will be quite busy and occupied with Nintendo for the next season here because we're rolling into Christmas. Lots of really important sales to be pushing. And other than that, I haven't streamed in a really long time. I've been really bad at that. So we'll see what happens. I've been trying to sort out some things in my personal life. So let's see if I can get that going. But otherwise, come hang out with me on Twitter. I tend to tweet a lot there for some reason at Chublima.
All right.
You can find me anywhere at Chublima. Add me on RuneScape. Chublima.
Except for Twitch, which is
Oh,
Chublima.
there's
Oh yeah. For Twitch, it's Chublima. 2 A's at the end.
there's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine joke in the chat that I don't understand, but I want to.
It's a reference to "Oh Canada, you home of sucky." Reference to the episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine in which Jake's dad gets arrested in Quebec when he's framed for smuggling drug order.
I recently watched through the entire season, not the entire season, the entire series 1.5 times. Which season was this?
I don't remember. I've rewatched the whole show so many times. Blur. It's my favorite show though. So that's the
weird.
origin of this hoodie. Is I bought this hoodie for my Jake Peralta Halloween costume.
Oh.
I'm Jake from Brooklyn.
That's
Nine-Nine
what it is.
Bomb.
See, I
So,
get weird when I see the episodes when they're not together, and I'm like, they're gonna get married, but they're like hooking up with other people. Someone should tell them not to do that because they're gonna be together soon.
They don't know that yet.
Yeah,
They
but
figured it out.
That's why
The
those
drama.
episodes are weird
It's
for
a good
me.
show.
But
Such a good show though.
yeah, I am just at Game Over Jesse everywhere. I got very, very lucky, except on PlayStation Network where someone took it before I could. So one day. But I have the underscore Jesse, so I guess that works. So yeah, thank you Peralta, thank you JJ, thank you Chublima for joining. Everyone, please go check out Gamer with Gains. Some of it's Gamers with Gains.
Gamers with Gains. Yeah, it's got the S. Because Gamer with Gains is actually gone to Chris because she has the same similar name to me.
Really?
She has a similar. Funny enough, we've met in person. Like finally, like actually
She's
talked
cool.
to the person this year. But we have like the same Instagram name, which is funny.
That's really funny because I actually I just accidentally
You got-
owned this though.
Yeah, she gave me one of those when I saw her. She really cute, little
I got
index
mine.
card.
Yeah, I didn't know what
Right
they were.
there.
Like, I thought they were actual Smash
Like,
invitations.
smash invitations.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I've been
No,
trying.
because everyone was talking about
I'm
like
the next fighter.
no. Everyone that I was talking to was like, oh no, I got invited to this party or whatever, and I even got invited to a party that I ended up not even going to. It was
I
at
wanted to go so bad.
not Ubisoft, the Bethesda conference. I was sitting behind what's his name?
The
Grimecraft.
the one from this year, right?
Yeah, I was sitting behind Grimecraft,
Oh,
And
Grindcraft. I love Grindcraft.
he sent me
He's awesome.
he sent me a Twitter message and was like, "Hey, I'm playing at this this party, but like there's a secret invite code. It's like Flareon or something.
Yeah.
Unless you have a time machine, it doesn't matter. But the password to get in, it was like an exclusive thing. I think it was Flareon.
I remember this.
But we weren't able to go. So
man, you should have came. It was lit. He's dope.
What was the thing?
It was like him DJing at like.
No, I know that, but like what? I don't know why I mentioned that. Because
it got to Chris.
Yes. So he was talking about like, oh, here's this invitation to this thing I'm doing later. Here's the password and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool because it's like the person that's like doing the whole thing or whatever. And everyone else that I talked to was like, yeah, I'm going to this thing. Like when we were talking to Holly, or we went out to dinner with Holly a couple of times, and she's like, even one of the nights she like came over to the Airbnb that we were at. And she kept on talking about these parties and stuff she was being invited to. And other people were talking about parties they were being invited to. And then, Grindcraft invited me to the one party. So then Daniel's telling me, like, yeah, going to Chris is giving out invitations to Smash Bros. And I'm like, there's a Smash Bros party? I want to go. And then, like, and then
like, no, you've been drafted to Smash.
And then we get the invitations.
God,
and I'm
imagine?
like, we get the invitations, and I'm like, oh, it's just like it's a cool thing for her friends. Like it's not an actual.
It's cute.
It is
It's
cool.
really cute.
Yeah, it's a party in your heart.
Next time you come to E3, you got to come to the parties that I went to, because I went on an adventure this year's E3, and I saw everybody.
Was changed. He's a changed man.
No, I wasn't a changed man, but let me tell you something. I felt like Indiana. Like because
he was running away from boulders.
You don't understand. Like every night there was something going on, like after E3 and stuff. And every night I would go someplace and I would see different people, and it would always be a crazy, fun adventure. It was amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I got 3 words for you: Bethesda open bar.
Oh yes.
Why?
You remember this? This was amazing.
I wasn't there.
They had to pick me up.
So
Jesse went.
They had to pick me up
You know what I'm
from the
talking
thing.
about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
like
good.
they came and got me, and I'm like, do you want to play Doom? We can go back and play Doom.
We got Doom right here next to this open bar and this free food. Yes.
Oh my
so I would like to
Give
play
him
Doom.
a list of drinks to try. He drank all of them.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do.
I video chatted with them, and I'm like, hey, I just got like a normal like vodka and Coke, but what do you guys recommend? And like everybody in the room recommended something, and I went and tried it.
So he
got everything. That's how you're supposed to do it, Jesse. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, so I was having a good time. Like I was chatting up with Grindcraft, whoever this guy was that was beside me, and they were all having drinks, and I'm like, this is a good time. Like they got Doom on a 500-inch TV with all that metal music playing, and I'm just amazing. Like, this is good. Like you're 3 rows back. I don't feel like I belong, but it's all good.
Was off the chain. They literally had like a giant bar. That's what it was. It was amazing.
Yeah. But anyways, everyone, thank you for watching.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in to that little after party there with.
It's our podcast after party live.
I love how Tubes was referring to my adventure with the Bethesda open bar, and then you're just like, yes.
Yeah. Next time you come into parties with me, you want to talk about the Zelda: The Adventure of Link? Oh my! It's gonna watch. It's gonna come back.
Zelda: The Adventure was lit.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. The 11 of you that are staying here with us, and Tubes, Daniel, JJ, thank you guys.
Thank you, Jesse. We're bringing us all together.
3, 2,